Hello there, thanks for joining us.
Good evening, here are the headlines here in the Northwest.
As the government unveils its shake-up of the special educational needs system, families who fought for their voices to be heard tell us what it means to them.
These children, they do have big dreams. They do want to be doctors, they do want to be astronauts, they do want to make friends. I just feel that we're not giving them at the minute the resources.
From derelict railway arches to a place of hope, we're live at a new village in Manchester which aims to break the cycle of homelessness.
The race against time to save a Cumbrian riding centre amid a wave of uncertainty.
It's a big night in the Premier League as Everton take on Manchester United for the first time at Hill Dickinson Stadium. I'll have the build-up to that game plus all the rest of the day's sport a little later.
And in the weather, a blustery old day at the coast today with some decent spells of sunshine to compensate. What about the rest of the week? Well, the full details coming up shortly.
Please stay with us for all of that. But first tonight, to those government plans for reform of the special educational needs system.
Currently, there are more than 90,000 children in the Northwest with an educational healthcare plan. That's 40,000 more than 6 years ago.
The government's plans include changes to how pupils with special educational needs and disabilities are educated and who qualifies for support.
Well, schools will also have to create individual support plans for all SEND children. Here's our political correspondent, Nisha McNally.
Oh, that says farm animals.
For so long, Harvey's family say they struggled to be heard, fighting to get the 5-year-old an education with the right support for his sight and hearing loss.
Pig. Yeah. Pig. Pig.
He's now thriving at a specialist school, but his mum says every step of getting his place was a battle and it's left its scars.
Harvey has lasting effects from even just this time last year. He had zero confidence, throughout mainstream. He stopped eating, he stopped sleeping. He would self-destruct, which is not something it's not in his nature to self-destruct. And we actually had to get a specialist to help us to go out of the front door because he was so afraid of the world around him. Now, we've seen it ourselves this morning. He ran out of the door for school. His speech has come on, and he's a different child.
Harvey's school place comes from his Education, Health and Care Plan, or EHCP. It's a legal document setting out what extra support he's entitled to. But the Hinds were one of thousands of families stuck waiting more than a year to get it, and then had to fight for it to be enforced.
I don't need this to keep happening. We can't live in a world where we're being told now that the things we have for Harvey are a privilege. He's privileged because he does have a transport car, a private taxi, or that he does have a specialist setting that he's finally got into. It's not a privilege, it's a right. It is a right for a child to learn.
The government agrees that the system is broken, today setting out plans for a major overhaul. The reforms aim to shift more children into mainstream education with a £4 billion package to make classrooms more inclusive. Nearly half of that money will go towards installing expert help in every area, like specialist teachers or speech and language therapists. As for EHCPs, children will be reassessed when they move to secondary school, with only those with the most complex needs retaining them. Other pupils will move to an individual support plan, setting out what help their school can provide.
We've come to accept serious underachievement for children with SEND as just sad but inevitable. But it isn't. It's the direct result of the system that we have. The policies I'm unveiling today aren't extreme solutions. Being aspirational for children with SEND shouldn't be radical. It's common sense. It's simply believing in them. So parents, please hear me when I say, I believe in your children. This is about improving their support, not removing their support.
But Naomi Sykes is wary that education offerings for children with SEND will become a tick-box exercise. Her son Harry has pathological demand avoidance and anxiety-based profile of autism. She worries that reforms could force binary choices that won't suit all children's needs.
It's complex with Harry because he has been identified as working beyond age-related expectations, so academically he's extremely bright. So I've always felt that there should be no ceiling to what he should be able to achieve. But at the same time, Harry has very profound and complex needs in terms of his social, emotional and mental health. Many of the specialist provisions, they don't provide for children that are academically able like that. And at the same time, lots of schools are struggling to support these children.
The changes are expected to come into force in 2030, giving schools time to prepare to support more pupils with additional needs. But first, the government will have to get this legislation through Parliament, and MPs will be watching closely to see if it makes the grade.
So, Leisha, lots to get through then. Will these changes actually happen, though?
Labour does. Well, it's a fair question because this would undoubtedly be one of the biggest things that Labour does within this Parliament, an attempt to tackle this complex issue affecting thousands of families. But as we saw with trying to reform the welfare system last year, the government has at times struggled to get these big ticket items past their own MPs, who are not afraid to defy the party if a change is too controversial. But the lessons do seem to have been learned from that episode, and there's a cautious optimism among Labour MPs today. Andrew Cooper represents Mid Cheshire and has 2 children with additional needs. I asked him if he thought the changes would actually get over the line.
Yes, I do. I do think it'll happen. I think that the way that they've gone about it, by trying to take people with them, trying to take not just MPs, but disabled people's organisations, parents, schools, by bringing those people with them makes it much more likely that we've landed in a place where it's a set of reforms that are going to deliver what's needed.
Now, of course, the devil will be in the detail. The Education Secretary is still on her feet in the House of Commons beside us, and MPs, educators and, of course, families will have many questions about how these changes will actually work in practice.
All right, Leisha McNally in Westminster for us tonight. Thank you.
Well, the Prime Minister was campaigning in the Gorton and Denton by-election earlier. I asked Sir Keir whether he agreed with Reform UK's claims that the vote was a referendum on his leadership.
This is a battle of values in this by-election. The values of the Labour Party, which wants to bring communities together in unity and hope, or the toxic division of Reform that wants to tear our communities apart, that wants to break apart everything that we've stood for years and years in this country. You got a little bit of taste on that on Saturday with the marching that was going on here in Manchester. That is not the politics in these communities. Only Labour can beat Reform in this race. It's a really important battle about values, about who we are as a constituency in these communities. And it's very, very important that hope prevails over hostility.
And here are the 11 candidates standing in the Gorton and Denton by-election. Voting takes place on Thursday.
On to the rest of the day's news now, and a man from Kendal who converted blank firing guns to deadly weapons has been sentenced to 22 years in jail. Dudley Brennan converted 2 submachine guns and a number of pistols under cover of his motorcycle repairs business in the Lake District. The 31-year-old was also planning to produce industrial supplies of crystal meth.
Manchester Piccadilly has officially reopened following a 9-day closure for extensive engineering works. The multi-million-pound project by Network Rail involved modernising tracks, points and signalling systems across 6 major lines.
Well, next, and you may remember we've previously told you about a pioneering new project to help break the cycle of homelessness in Manchester.
After 6 years in the planning, Embassy Village will house up to 41 people in self-contained homes under railway arches near Castlefield.
It's the idea of the charity Embassy, who already help hundreds of homeless people in the city. In a moment, we'll go live to the village, but first, Victoria Grimes has the story.
It's taken 6 years, but finally this is a village that 41 people can call home. From a desolate landscape under the tracks to brand new purpose-built apartments, all giving hope and housing to Manchester's most vulnerable.
So the transformation from when we first saw this, when there was nothing here, it was just debris under the arches, and to look at it now.
I know, it's remarkable. It's amazing to go from drawings to finally standing in it and it being ready to go.
Sid Williams founded Charity Embassy in 2019. It started out housing 12 men on a tour bus, which previously played host to Coldplay and Tiny Temper. Thanks to the Pioneering Village project, the charity will be able to help hundreds more people break the cycle of homelessness.
It's actually an upscaling of what we do now, which is teach people to shop, to cook, to budget, provide them with a home with their landlord so they're no longer homeless. And then we've got a load of companies partnered with us to employ our men. In this case, men, we have a women's project elsewhere, but our men and women are then employed. And at the moment, 92% of people leave us with a full-time job, no longer on benefits, gone to private rental and stick it.
So this is about much more than giving somebody a home, isn't it? It's about giving them a life, essentially.
Yeah, totally. It's a staging post to move on from here. Come and see one. So, what do you think?
Oh, wow! I can't believe the difference.
In here we've gone for the best. So we've got stone worktops, like really smart kitchens, we've got beautiful furniture. The whole thing is designed to make people come in and go, oh wow, I've landed on my feet, I'm going to take this opportunity and run with it, and to feel valued. So for us that's really important.
3, 2, 1.
It's taken time and money to get the village off the ground. Work finally began last year after a £3.5 million cash boost from the Moulding Foundation. It came after a chance viewing on Granada Reports.
Something that could help even more people.
It's an ambitious project that would see these derelict arches. Founder Jodie Moulding knew straight away she wanted to be involved.
Well, it's a community. There's a lot of people that have come together to make this happen. All of these people have come together to do good for others. Yeah, it's really heartwarming.
130 local businesses have given their time, supplies and expertise. There's also been help from as far afield as Japan, after heating company Daikin donated all the heating systems. Wayne Buckley's company installed them for free.
I'm a proud Mancunian, and you see a lot of homeless, and you want to do something about it. And it's hard because, you know, what do you do? And then when this opportunity came, I thought, brilliant, you know, this is something we can really do to make a difference.
We also are in the process of kitting out a gym, a joinery workshop, a boxing space. We've even got a beehive, Vicky. We're going to be making our own honey. Yeah, there's lots going on. It was literally built a village.
Each home has its own front door, and with a village hall, this is set to become a community.
Well, that village hall is hosting its very first party tonight, and it's in full swing now. Sid, how are you feeling?
Oh my days, good. It's a bit like Christmas, but as a child, that level of excitement. Also genuinely really humbled because there's so many people who've come together to be extremely generous to make this happen. So I'm, just blown away. Really happy to be here.
It's an emotional day for all of you.
Yeah. It's kind of like a combination of, I don't know, like a big dream coming together, but also feeling a bit tired at this point. But yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm sure Tess, your wife, would be very happy to get you back a bit after this.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, let's talk to some of the people who've helped make it happen. James Whittaker from Hills. James, you've sort of given the land here to make this project happen. How do you feel when you see it all come to life?
Oh, so proud. It's got to be one of my proudest moments in the business world. You know, sort of 8 years in the making, and meet people like Sid and meeting all these people behind us and all the businesses that have donated their time and their money. It's been an incredible journey. So thank you to everybody.
And it feels so good doing it that you want to do it again.
Absolutely, yeah. So planning the next development in the northwest. Announcement to be made soon, but already on the case.
Very exciting indeed, James. Thank you very much indeed. And we've got Tim Healy here as well from Greater Manchester Mayor's Charity.
Hi.
I mean, what's this going to mean for the people in Manchester who need it the most, Tim?
It's part of a complex series of things that are being put in place to try and reduce the amount of homelessness that we've got in Greater Manchester. And I think this is what Greater Manchester does really well. Pioneers, it's a collection of organisations, great businesses and people that have come together to try and make a massive change. This isn't the end, this is the start, this is where the hard work really gets going, but it's an exciting new chapter.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Tim. I think you guys deserve a drink, definitely, because the hard work that's gone into this is just incredible. So enjoy the party and the launch tonight. And first people getting the keys to the doors, Sid, in March?
Probably a week beginning the 9th, so pretty soon.
We'll be back for that. We'll see you then. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you all. Back to you.
We're
Grimes in Manchester, thank you. What an amazing effort from everyone involved.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? It just shows what can be done when you all come together.
Yeah.
OK, now let's have a look at what's still to come on the national and international news at 6:30. Here's Mary.
Coming up on the programme, 2 people are arrested after the death of a man thought to have undergone cosmetic surgery. Police say Jordan Park, a well-known influencer who went by the name of the Lip King, was found unconscious at a London hotel. The government unveils £4 billion to help children with special educational needs. We look at how the money will be spent and what it will mean for pupils. And a hero's homecoming for Team GB's Winter Olympians, the UK's most successful squad yet. Would you join me for those stories and more at 6:30?
Well, it's time for our sport now, and it's Everton versus Manchester United in the Premier League tonight. Mike.
Right, a mouth-watering clash to start the week, isn't it? Manchester United's first visit to the Hill Dickinson Stadium, and they're expecting another very difficult night. Everton, of course, beat United at Old Trafford back in November. The Blues are currently 9th in the table. They've lost just once in their last 6 league games and are chasing European football. While United are 5th, they've yet to lose under Michael Carrick, whose impact has been praised by Everton boss David Moyes.
Well, I don't think there's any player changes, that's for sure. I think it's roughly the same players just about as what Ruben had when he was in charge. I think Michael's come in and done a brilliant job. I really do. I think he's sort of freshened the players up with the looks of it, and certainly freshened up the support as well, and the way they're getting some victories.
Going away to Everton, I know it's a new stadium, but historically it's always been tough. It's always been the atmosphere and the supporters that they create. I think it's always been one of the toughest ones that I've played away from home, so we're aware with that. And then trying to be our best way we can. I think we've got things to improve on, but we've got a good base and a good foundation moving forward.
Next, and police are investigating online abuse directed at 4 Premier League players over the weekend, including Burnley's Hannibal Mejbri. He was targeted after Saturday's league game at Chelsea. The UK Football Policing Unit says anyone who believes they can hide behind their keyboards should think again. Well, Burnley drew 1-1 in that match at Stamford Bridge, Zian Fleming scoring in stoppage time for the Clarets. There was a dramatic finish to Liverpool's match at Nottingham Forest, where it was heading for a goalless draw when Alexis McAllister scored in the 97th minute. Into the Football League, where Kyle Wootton was the hero for Stockport County. They were all square with Wigan Athletic at 2-2, heading into stoppage time in their League One clash at Edgeley Park, when Wootton scored not once but twice to secure a dramatic 4-2 result for County. They are now 4th in the table, just behind Bolton Wanderers, who were made to fight for a point at home to Blackpool. The Seasiders were leading 2-1 when Mason Burstow equalised in the 85th minute. That finished 2-2. Into League Two, and Crewe Alexandra maintained their promotion push with a 2-1 win away at Swindon Town. Fleetwood Town pulled off a very late victory at home to Barrow, who led 2-1 with a minute to go, but Fleetwood won 3-2. Barrow keeper Will Stanway with a stoppage time own goal. And Oldham Athletic made it back-to-back league victories for the first time in 5 months as they won 3-0 at Gillingham. Liverpool and Manchester City are in tonight's draw for the quarter-finals of the Women's FA Cup. It takes place at 7 o'clock. Liverpool won the Merseyside derby, Mia Enderby and Beata Olsen on the score sheet in the 2-1 result at home to Everton. City, meanwhile, knocked out Sheffield United. To Rugby League, and it's 2 wins from 2 for the Wigan Warriors in Super League. Last year's beaten grand finalists cruised to victory over Hull. Jay Field scoring twice in the 34-6 victory. On Friday night, St Helens edged out Lee Leopards for their first win of the campaign.
Getting that winning feeling. FOW, sponsor of the Granada Sport Report.
Finally, to a triumphant homecoming for Bolton's Olympic champion Hugh Nightingale. Team GB today received a hero's reception at Gatwick Airport as they return from their most successful Winter Olympics ever. Among their 5 medals was a gold for Hugh, who, with teammate Charlotte Banks, won the snowboard cross mixed team event.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, it's actually crazy to think that, you know, me and Charlotte got the first ever gold medal on snow in 102 years, and kind of imagining that is kind of a historical thing, and it's still a crazy thing to see. You know, I'm just super proud to bring it home for my friends and family, and not just me, you know, all the supporters as well, and it's just a great feeling to see everybody smiling. It shows that GB is becoming a snow nation. You know, it's such a great feeling to see lots of kids getting messages going, oh, we're trying snowboarding now, and that's a lot about it. You know, we do this, but we also want to inspire young kids to do it as well.
Yeah, welcome home, Hugh. A star is born. That is your sport tonight, guys.
Absolutely. I'm going to really miss the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, me too.
It's been good, hasn't it?
Yeah. Right, next tonight, the Horse Riding Centre fighting a desperate battle against soaring costs to save Britain's heritage breeds.
For 20 years, Cumbrian Heavy Horses has been a sanctuary for the likes of the Scottish Clydesdale, the English Shire and the critically endangered Suffolk Punch.
But owner Annie Rose says a perfect storm of skyrocketing costs for everyday items like hay, as well as the hike in national insurance, has pushed the centre to breaking point.
But even though Annie was forced into the heartbreaking decision to sell 4 of her horses to cover bills, she says she'll continue to fight on. Lauren Ostrich has this report.
Humans and heavy horses have carved a living from this landscape since the millennia. They're as much a part of Cumbria as the dry stone walls and fells. Rare breeds like the Scottish Clydesdale and English Shire were once the engines of the fields, but as technology surged, their roles were reined in. And with the work gone, so too was the purpose we once gave them.
This is Darcy, he's a Clydesdale.
Annie owns Cumbrian Heavy Horses and has dedicated her life to changing that perception.
Beautiful horse here, this is Emma, look at that lovely face. They're incredibly special. When I started, I was in Scotland and realised what fantastic riding horses they were. I thought they would be ploddy and slow, and in actual fact, the way they move is phenomenal. We go miles through Cumbria into Wastwater and so on.
But caring for these gentle giants comes at a giant cost.
In the last year, we've had some real knockbacks. The hike of national insurance costs has pretty much destroyed us. 10 years ago, I could buy a bale of hay for £24–25, and this year it was near 60. We don't just do riding, we take on special educational needs children. We do bucket list things with someone that might be terminally ill. This new use has given those horses, which are in my head very much a part of our culture, our heritage, they should not be lost. Using them like this gives them that future. We've got to keep going, and I want to keep going because it's really special what we do here. Let me introduce you to 2 of our young Suffolks.
Innovation has become a necessity for this centre's survival, but even best laid plans can stumble.
So this is a horse that you've bred here at the centre, but you are having to sell him, aren't you?
Sadly, yes. So this year we've got 4 more due. So part of having to sell him is that I literally, much as I love them, I can't financially keep them all.
What's that like for you to have to sell this horse?
It's devastating, actually. I love them. I just love them all. But I can't keep them all, can I? And if he goes to where I think he's going to go, it's a fantastic home.
Weighing up to 1,000 kilograms each, these land giants are actually happiest on the sand.
Saddle 1, 2, 3 and up.
Solace is a 19-year-old Shire horse and stands at a whopping 18.5 hands.
How do you feel?
It's pretty high. While they're no longer labourers, these horses still manage to show the land who's boss.
Why is it so important that we continue to ride them?
I think
we're actually in danger of losing some of the heavy breeds, like the Suffolk Punch, and I think if people understand that they can be ridden, then their future will be secure, and that's what we want for all of them.
And that future is down to us. If these giants are to remain a part of our skyline, we must ensure their story doesn't end in the history books, but out here. Lauren Ostrich, ITV News, near Millom.
And there's a longer version of that film, which was beautifully shot by Simon Higginbottom, online and on ITVX now. OK, time for the weather. Here's Emma.
Mum, wet wipes, toilet or bin?
Bin. Why?
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Hello there, very good evening to you. Hope you had a super weekend. After a few showers this morning, the skies broke. We saw some good spells of sunshine, but quite a bit of cloud around as we head through the rest of the week. Also looking rather changeable. We start off mild, we finish off with quite a different feel. It will be turning a little bit colder, and there is some rain in the forecast. Nothing too impactful. However, it comes off the back of a very wet winter, so it won't be terribly welcome. Over the next 24 hours, as you can see, Tuesday looks like being mostly dry, but then the jet stream has actually now shifted further northwards, and so it's business as usual with all these low pressure systems barrelling in from the Atlantic, giving us some spells of quite frequent rain here, but clearing up over the Mediterranean and parts of Europe, drying up there and heating up quite nicely. Big question mark over that low pressure system up to the northwest for late on Thursday into Friday. A big question mark therefore over winds. They could be impactful at that point, but it's a long way off, and so we'll keep you posted on that one. Overnight tonight, a little bit blustery as this spell of light to moderate rain pushes west to east and leaves us with a legacy of low cloud, mist and murk and some spits of drizzle over the tops of hills during the early hours of Tuesday morning. A very mild night, light winds in general, but still a bit lively through the Irish Sea. And then we're into Tuesday. The sun's up about 7:10 in the morning. And it's a bit of a damp, murky start to the day, but again, largely dry throughout the afternoon. 1 or 2 breaks in the cloud there, especially further to the south. Temperatures very much on the mild side, 4 or 5 degrees above where they should be for the time of year. The system pushes in from the west for Wednesday morning. It's going to be a wet day. Temperatures peak at that point. Not particularly windy, but windier on Thursday. Bye-bye.
Cleaned up well.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Thank you, Emma. Before we go, it's huge congratulations to Manchester's Wunmi Mosaku.
Yeah, she picked up the BAFTA for Best Supporting Actress last night for her role in the musical film Sinners.
Yeah, well done to her. The late news follows news at 10, but for now, from us and the team, bye-bye.
Goodbye.